hit my button. There we go. Just before we start, Yisman, have you got a question you want to ask? Unmute and ask a question. Oh, I just got booted out of that one. Anyway, if you do come on, you can ask the question. But in the meantime, I will continue. So as I said, we're going to draw a bunch of dads since it's almost Father's Day. So this class, we like to do very simple shapes for our for the things that we're drawing, our characters and items and things like that. And yeah, so I've got you back now. So Yisman, do you have a question? You have to unmute. There you go.
I'm not actually going to say a question, but I'm new to this.
Okay, that's good. Well, that's okay. Well, I'll take it slow for all those people that are new. So as you can see here, I'm drawing a large circle. And I'm just being very sketchy and messy. It doesn't have to be neat. So you know how sketchy that is. It doesn't have to be neat. We're just drawing a rough circle. It doesn't have to be dark. And Jonisha, if you got a question as well.
Yes. When we are drawing these dads, can we make a Father's Day cards with one of these pictures?
Yeah, of course you can. That's why I'm hoping to draw enough different dads that maybe we draw one that's like your dad.
How many should we draw?
I don't know. We're just going to draw a bunch and we'll see. I might draw some with beards, some with short hair, some with no hair. Okay, so I've got this big circle. So why don't we make that the body? Draw a big round body. So then on top of that, I'm going to draw a smaller circle for the head, sort of like a snowman. Oops. And then your Father's Day is this weekend, the 5th, I think it is. Let me just check that. Sunday the 5th. So this Sunday is Father's Day. So we've got a big fat body, big round body there, round head. So let's get some arms and legs. Maybe he has very skinny legs. So we'll just draw some lines down there. And we'll just do little circles for feet for now, but we will change it later. That's why I'm pressing lightly. And then maybe the arms sort of sticking out to the side. We'll just do little sticks. They can be curved sticks, they don't have to be straight for the arms. And then little circles for where we're going to put the hands. I'll zoom in a little bit. Okay, so we've got legs, body, arms, head. So I'm just going to use my rubber. See how this line crosses over here? I'm just going to rub that out so the head's on top. Just a little bit of cleaning up there so it's easier for you guys to see. So as we normally do for a face, we'll draw a line down the middle to split the head in half. And then we'll draw a line where we want the eyes to be. Usually it's in the middle, but you could do them up high or down low. If you do them down low, the mouth's going to be very small. If you draw the eyes up high, the mouth can be very big, as if he's yelling or something. But for now, let's just put it in the middle. We'll just do an easy one for now. So that's going to show us where the eyes go. So we could draw them in. Maybe this is a big happy dad, a jolly fat man like Santa Claus. So we draw some big round eyes. And let's do little curves on the inside. Zoom in a bit closer so you can see that. And then we'll draw his pupils in as well. Color them in. Oh, one's bigger than the other. I messed that one up. That's right. If you mess it up, you can just fiddle around with it, or you can erase it. I just made them both bigger. And then we can draw, I'm trying to look over my camera now, it's so close. A curved mouth here with little smile lines on the sides. Looks like Baymax almost. And then let's draw a big smile like that. Big open mouth smile. Oh, it could just be teeth. You could draw lines in here just to be teeth. So who has a happy dad like that? A dad that's always smiling. It's a little creepy. Okay, so draw some eyebrows in. Lamb has a happy dad. That's good. Better than angry dad, I guess. Okay, so I'm going to now just clean up the face a little bit. Find the lines that I want to use, even though there's a lot of lines there. And while I'm there on the sides, I'll put some ears in. But I won't go all the way up top of the head yet. Oh, I've got a nose. Let's just put a little circle in for a nose. Yasmin, have you got a question? Can I ask a question?
My dad looks a bit scary. Yeah.
Yeah, he
That
does.
looks terrible.
He's got a huge body too. Good job. Okay, so maybe we'll do this dad. Maybe he could be bald. So he has no hair on top. Or just a little bit of hair. Do some little bits of hair sticking out on top. But maybe he's got lots of hair on the sides. I'm just going to shade that in slightly. So he's looks like a bit of a clown. Big smiley guy, bald on top. Okay, so let's move down the body. What should he be wearing? Maybe his shirt's too small and too tight, so it comes up a bit high, and you can see his belly button. Yes, man, you got another question? And then maybe we can put some
This
stripes on.
dad is a mad, creepy scientist.
That's cool. Good job. Okay, so I'm going to thicken up the arms. Remember, we use these as the bones inside the arms. So I'm going to thicken up the arm and then come down to the wrist. Yeah. And so it's going to be really small together at the wrist, and then it's going to get thicker as it goes out. And then I'll get my small eraser and I'll erase that bone. Hopefully you draw it light enough that you can erase it. Should draw erase some of those lines in the face as well. If you've got a rubber small enough, otherwise you might rub out too many bits. So let's just draw some fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can just be sausagey fingers. Don't need to be too detailed. And let's draw a sleeve on his shirt. And we'll do that on the other side as well. So start the arm coming down to thinner at the wrist and then back up again. Erase that bone line, the construction line. And then put in his sleeve. Oh, and fingers. There we go. So you could do stripes on there, you could draw a collar and buttons down there. I might just do some stripes. And this one's going to go up the sleeves. So you could do them different colors. Well, I'm not going to use any colors today, but I will just shade in roughly every second one. There we go. So he hasn't got any proper legs and he hasn't got any pants, so we need to fix that. So I'm going to draw his pants coming around like this. So his big belly's sticking out. Up some of those lines. And I might do wearing shorts. So maybe his shorts are going to come down to the bottom of the leg of his shorts. And have them come back up. And then I'll rub out those construction lines. There we go. So I just drew down from the sides of the circle of his belly, just down, put a bottom on them, and then back up to where that round belly was. You could draw a little tie in there, like he's got a drawstring. Maybe he's wearing swimmers, or you could draw a zipper. You could draw little pockets on the side. You could put a seam in on the bottom, or even up the legs. Totally up to you. Looks like he's got bird feet at the moment. You could give him bird feet. Maybe your dad has bird feet. Who knows? Maybe he only has one leg. Maybe he's got an artificial leg. So to do the legs, I'm going to do sort of the same as the arms. So thick at the top and thin at the wrist, or in this case at the ankle. So I'm going to bring the leg down like that. See how I come away, far away from the line and then closer to the line in the middle, the bone line. I'll do the same on the opposite side. Come down like that. And I'll rub out that bone line. It's like drawing a triangle. So we'll do it again on this side. Actually, this one's a bit, because I drew the shorts in a different area. So I've got to sort of draw it not quite in the center. A little bit on that. And then for the feet, let's just draw a little circle, but make it flat on the bottom. And maybe thick, like that. Because what I'm going to do is turn that into a thong or a slide, like that. So curve on top, flat on the bottom, and then make it a bit bigger, and then draw the slide part. We'll just color in a section of it. There we go. We've got like a chubby, bald beach dad. Now let's see how everyone went with that one. Once you're finished, hold it up. Let me have a look. Ooh, Alex, that's great. Seth, that's really good. Yasmin, that's good too. Ryan, that's great. Yeah. Mucha, I thought that was Shrek for a second. Jacqueline, that's really nice. Really good. Jonisha, that's really good too. Jaden, it's great. Good job, everyone. Okay, so let's do a different kind of dad now. Why don't we do a tall, skinny dad? I'm going to turn my page around so it's like this back out. So it's that way. Portrait. That's landscape. That's portrait. So for this one, at the top, close to the top, you can see the top of my page. It's just there. I'm going to draw an oval shape for the head. And then I'm going to draw a line down from that. So it looks like a lollipop or a flower stem. Almost all the way to the bottom. See that? It's pretty long. Because I want to then draw in, leave a space for the neck. This is where I'm going to draw the body. So I'm going to make the body sort of come in a little bit. Take a rectangle that's skinny on one end. He might start looking a bit like Jack Skellington, if you know that character, Disney character from The Nightmare Before Christmas. So let's do one arm bent up like that, and one arm down. Circle for hands. And then for the legs, got this long line, so I know where I want the feet to go. So I can, from the side, I can draw one leg coming down, maybe a triangle for the foot. On the other side, the other leg coming down, triangle for the foot. And I don't need that long line anymore, so I can rub that out. One that goes right down there. I need the neck, so I'll leave that bit in there. So there we go. We've got the skeleton or the rough posing for our tall, skinny dad. Okay, so let's zoom in on the face. Trying to get this in the right spot. Okay, so line down the middle to find the center of the face. And then maybe I'm going to do the line sort of a bit lower for the eyes. So it's not in the middle. The middle would be there. I'm doing it a bit lower. I want this guy to have glasses. Maybe they're round glasses or square glasses. That's up to you. But I'm just going to draw them as thick lines. I'm just sort of doing a bit of a scribble to the bit in the middle of the glasses. I'll get that bit closer for you guys to see. So the other side of the glasses, I'm just drawing multiple lines back and forth to get them thick. If you're drawing a circle, you just go round and round and round. And I might actually draw his eyes peering over the top of the glasses. I'm going to rub out the lines on the inside of the glasses because I want to see some like reflections. So you can just draw some lines all in the same angle as if it's shiny glass. Okay. Maybe this dad has some big, thick, bushy eyebrows. He might have, I haven't drawn nose. Maybe he's got a a long pointy nose like that. He might have a crooked smile off to one side and maybe a bumpy chin, like a double chin, not a double chin, a cleft is what it's called. And have that little bump. I'll rub out some of those lines. Go. Maybe this dad has lots of crazy hair. So I'm just going to draw some big shapes like that, really lightly. And then I'm going to come back and do, it could be shaggy, it could be lumpy, but I'm just going to make it sort of messy and shaggy everywhere. See that? Yasman, you got another question?
So my second dad is another mad scientist,
I think that I'm
but
feeling.
he doesn't look that.
He's got a short body, that one, and giant feet. I'm just going to continue doing all this hair, shaggy, different directions and things like that. That's one side of it. And I might actually draw in the bottom of his ear, but then draw hair over the top. So his ear's sort of sticking out to the side. Can draw some hair over the top of his head, like that. Hair on this side, and his other ear. And then keep doing random squiggles. Hair. Okay. You could put some detail in the, if you wanted to, and draw some other little shaggy bits here and there. Or you could just color it. You could color it lots of different colors. Maybe it has like clown hair. Okay. So shaggy, big shaggy hair. And glasses. Nice, Sophie. Oh, he's got a beard. Cool. Good job. Okay. Let's zoom out a little bit so I can actually see what I'm drawing now. What kind of clothes we're going to put him in? He feels like a bit of a scientist. Maybe we should draw him in a lab coat. So why don't we draw his neck down, and then I'm going to imagine there's lab coat coming around the neck and then down the body like that on one side, and then I'm going to do the collar, so it's like a two triangles that go up to the neck like that. And that's going to go down to the bottom of the lab coat. So then what I'm going to do is at the bottom of the lab coat, come across the bottom, and then I'm going to go back up to the underarm. I'll rub out the body line because I don't need that now, and a bit of the leg line. See, that looks like half a coat. And then we could do the same with the sleeve. It could even start at the wrist and then come up to the underarm. And the other side comes up over the shoulder and joins up to the neck. And then we rub out that construction line underneath. So now we're going to do the exact same thing, but on this side. So I'm going to come from the neck and draw down to the bottom of the jacket. Add in the 2 triangles on the other side. 1, 2. Come across the bottom and then up to the underarm. Rub out some of those construction lines. You don't want to confuse yourself. Then we can draw the sleeve. So this one's going to be a bit different. I'm going to come down to the elbow on both sides. I'll rub out the bone, the construction line bone. Because this arm is bent, let's just zoom in a little bit. What I'm going to do is just draw some creases like that. Little creases like that. And then I'll continue trying the sleeve in. So then I'll come up and across. And this one will come around and up. There we go. Okay. So he doesn't have anything on underneath his coat right now. So we've got a coat. Maybe he can have just a shirt. So I'll just draw his collar in there. And maybe it's tucked into his pants. I'll just draw a line in there. The collar will just round and then a line for his pants. Okay, we'll come back to his hands. Let's go down to the legs. I have to zoom out because they're pretty far away. Okay, so this is the same as before. We can just rub out the construction lines a bit better there. We can just draw either side of these construction lines and back up, and cross, and then down to the bottom, and then back up again. Try and keep them roughly the same thickness, and then rub out your construction lines. Okay. While we're down here, we might as well do shoes. So you just do it straight down to the heel, across the bottom, a little bit, and then up. That's the heel. Hang on, let me hold that closer. That's the heel of the shoe. And then we're going to come down to the bottom again on an angle, and then flat across the bottom. Okay, so that's the sole and the sole and the heel of the shoe. And then on the top, just bring it down, and we could bump it over a little bit at the end. That's all you really need to do for the shoe. You don't have to do lots of detail. I'm going to rub out these construction lines, and I will define where the sole goes. I'm going to trace it up and across. Okay. You could draw some laces in if you wanted to. So we're going to do the exact same thing on this side, but flipped. So come down, draw the heel, come back up, angle, all the way to toe, then come down the top of the foot, bump around the toes, erase some of these lines, construction lines. Draw on the sole, draw some laces. There we go, 2 shoes. I'll zoom into those. Okay. 2 shoes that look very similar. Okay, so now what we have to do is the hands. So this one, we can just do it as if it's hanging down. So you can draw his wrist, draw his thumb. I'll zoom in a little bit. There we go. For his thumb. And we could do fingers like we did last time, but what I'm going to do here, something different, teach you another method, is I'm going to draw a mitten like that. So I've got the thumb, and this is where all the fingers are going to go. And then I'll just draw some lines inside that. If I draw 2 lines, he ends up with 3 fingers and a thumb, or I could draw another one in there. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers and a thumb. And then we could do the same up with this hand, and he could be waving, or we could draw him holding something. If he was a scientist, he could be holding a bottle of acid or a beaker or something. But let's just draw that same hand again, because we're going to be drawing the other side. Instead of drawing the back side of the hand, we're going to draw the palm of the hand. So because the hand's up and the palm's going to be facing you, the thumb is going to be on the inside. Like that. We can draw the mitten again. And in this case, I'll get you a question in a minute, Yasmin. This case, you're going to see where the, I'll pull out and show you in my hand. So you're going to see where this crease is with the fingers bend, and also this crease. So let's get back in there. I'm going to draw a line there, and that's where the fingers are going to come down and stop. 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers. So I drew 3 lines to get 4 fingers. And then you have a crease where the thumb is, but you have a crease on the other side too. So you can just draw that in. And if we draw some curved lines either side, looks like he's waving his hand. Yes, man, you've got a question?
Oh, I want to show you my baby sister.
Your sister?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to say hi? No, she is just a baby. She's just a baby. Hi.
Hello.
Maybe just a
All right. So I'll just turn this guy this way so we can see it all. How did everyone go drawing that one? Well, I asked Jonisha her question.
Yes.
Do you want to hold up the
Yesterday,
pictures?
yesterday night I drew this character.
Oh, that's cool.
It's one of the gods.
Oh yeah. What's the god's name?
Baby Krishna.
Oh, it's Krishna. Okay.
Yesterday
really-
was his birthday.
Oh, I did not know. That's really cool. Very good job, Chloe. I just saw your picture. It's really good. My other screen's frozen, so I've got to scroll through to see pictures. Who is that? Ella. That's really good. Nice. Trying to see who else is holding up the picture. Ah, there we go. Alex, nice beard. That looks cool. Who's that? Mucha. It's good. Oh, you disappeared. Mucha, yeah. Oh, yeah, really good. Sophie, that's good. Nathan, have you got a question?
Do we need paint?
Not today. You can paint these later on if you want. I don't do painting in this class. This is just drawing. We sometimes use markers or colored pencils. But most of the time we just do this kind of things. Okay, we've got 20 minutes left. So let's draw another one. We've drawn a fat dad, we've drawn a skinny dad, we've drawn a tall dad. Why don't we draw, a couple of you have drawn beards, so why don't we draw one with a beard? So maybe we'll just draw the head. So why don't we draw a bean shape? So sort of big curve like that, that kind of shape. Sophie, have you got a question?
Yeah.
Ooh, feedback. Do you want to try again, Sophie? Oh, nope, it's not working. Okay, so what I was planning on doing this was this is going to be, oh, can we draw a girl, please? No, we can't draw a girl today because it's Father's Day this weekend, so we're only drawing dads. When it's closer to Mother's Day, we'll draw mums. But next lesson, we will draw some girls. I'm not sure actually what we're going to be doing next lesson. I know on the school holidays, though, I'll be drawing, if you're booking in for those classes, I'll be doing some mermaids and fairies and things as well. So with this one, with this shape, I'm planning on this being the head and this being the beard. So he's going to have this big beard. So instead of drawing, as we did before, instead of drawing the line down the middle for the to show the eyes and show the middle of the face where the nose is, what I'm going to do this time is draw the line on an angle like this. So this eye is bigger, this eye is a bit smaller. The nose is going to stick out. This is called a 3/4 pose. I'll show that to you a bit closer. So this is someone looking straight at you. And this is like someone's just sort of looking past you or looking to the side. It's not a side view. A side view would be as if the line was down here and you're only seeing one eye. So it's sort of in between. It's not a side view, it's not a front view. It's a 3/4. So we can go 3/4 like that. So that's what I'm going to do on this head. I'm going to draw the middle line as if it's a 3/4 like that. And then where I want the eyes to be, sort of there. Okay, so I'll just draw the eyes in. I'm just going to draw some circles roughly where I want them to be. That one's a little bit smaller. And then along that line, maybe I'll draw an ear. Yeah. I will draw a nose here, sort of a pointy nose. And his mouth's going to be sort of here. But he's probably going to have a big mustache. So I might not draw the mouth, but I'll leave it in there for now. So I'm going to rub out some of these construction lines, the ones through the eyes, the ones through the ear, the one through the nose. We don't need those ones now. Has everyone got that? then we can start thinking about what kind of characters. Is he going to be evil, happy? Let's make him happy. So we'll give him some thick eyebrows. So I just sort of drew rectangles, but they're slightly bent. I'll just couple them in a little bit. And then I'm going to draw his pupils. My pencil's getting dull. I need to sharpen it soon. Now this one's a bit tricky. See how I left a little bit of a gap in that eye? So that's very close to the edge, but it's not touching it. I've got to do the same on this side. Because if you draw them touching, he'll look like he's cross-eyed. You don't want him to be cross-eyed. Unless that's the dad you're drawing. Maybe he's a cross-eyed dad. I don't know. Okay. So hair normally comes down and stops about here. Right here. But because he's going to be having a beard, it's going to actually continue down. So we can sort of draw some hairy bits there. Even, let me join this up to the bottom, like that. And we'll rub out that side, because that'll be his neck. You could draw someone just with a really big chin like that. Or maybe let's do his mustache. Do a little bit of curl in it, either side. Now I am going to rub out the mouth, because the mouth's going to get in the way. Oh, bump on the camera. So a bit of a curl on the mustache. Bring it back into the middle. You could bring it all the way in, or you could add a few little hairy curls. And then you could draw a bit of a lip underneath, or an open mouth if he's smiling. Well, let's do that. Let's draw a little curve under here. Like that. And we can show some teeth. There's some teeth aligned with some other small lines, maybe a tongue. Color that in. There we go. And then you could leave the beard smooth, but I'm not going to. I'm going to add a few little hairy zigzags, and then I'll add them on the outside as well. So it's sort of the beard's a bit shaggy. Could be some on the bottom. And then just join it up. And then just join up the beard there. So if I shaded that in, it's going to look a bit messy for a second because it's just zigzags and scribble. But I will then use my magic finger and smudge that lead I put on there, and then it's going to fill in some of those blanks. Try not to go outside the edges. There we go. I've got a dirty finger, but it's sort of shaded in. We could add hair to this guy as well. Maybe he has his hair sort of comes out the middle here, goes back, joins up down there. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to give him long hair. Does anyone have a dad with long hair? Sort of draw a big curve. Oops, join that up. Another one. You can draw some lines in there. Oops. I'll rub out the, looks like a lion now. Oops, keep hitting the camera, it's in the way. And maybe I'll draw his neck in. His ear and his neck like that. And then as the hair comes down, maybe it can curl up like that. So it's pull out so you can see that from above instead of at the mid angle. And then again, I can just shade it in. Just roughly. Sometimes it goes out the lines, it doesn't fill up everything, every edge. Make sure it comes down to the beard. And then rub it with a dry finger, not a wet finger. You don't want to have a sweaty finger, you don't want to spit on it or lick it. I've seen people do that, that just ruins the drawing. So you just need a dry finger, just smudge, smudge, smudge. There we go. We've got a hairy dad. Dad that has long hair and a big beard. I'm sure at least one of you has a dad with long hair like that. I don't. My dad's got short hair. So let's see how you all went. Jacqueline, that looks like a big hairy mess. That's great. At least he's smiling there. Richard, that's good. Oh, Alex, that's really good too. Ella, nice work, Ella. Nathan, that's great. That's good. Richard, yeah, cool. Very good. Oh, it just all froze. Hang on. Let me check here. Who's that? Ryan. Wow. That's cool. Anyone else? Dr. Alex's one. Yeah, that's good. Hey, Seth, I didn't see yours. Did you do one? Hold it up. Oh, wow. That's cool. Well done. Yes, man. That's cool too. All right. Jacqueline. Yeah, that's cool. Nice work. All right. Oh, who's that? Oh, sorry, I can't see. Oh, Nathan. Yeah, those are both really good. Good job. Okay, so we only have a couple of minutes left. So let's do one more really quick one. Hairy dad, tall dad. What about a short dad? Has anyone got a short dad? Maybe he's really little. So we could draw a head and maybe just a little square body. And little short legs and short arms. Looks like a little robot. Maybe someone has a robot dad. That'd be interesting. Now, what does this short dad look like? Well, this one I'm going to do the line in the middle, but instead of a straight line for the eyes, I'm going to do a curved line going up like that. And I'm going to do the eyes sort of squished up as well, because this short dad is so short that he's always going to be looking up. Maybe we see the underside of his nose. I'll show you that. Hang on, let me draw in his pupils. He's looking up, he's looking up. There we go. And where the end of that curve we drew for the eye line, that's where the ears are going to go. So the ears are going to be low in this one because he's looking up. So we're doing happy. He's smiling up at you because he's proud of you. Think of a big happy face, teeth, and tongue. Can color that mouth in. Yeah, okay. So let's zoom in so you can see that. Oh, happy dad. How can we make him look a bit? Maybe your dad has some stubble, so we can do little dots. He needs a shave. He's had a long day at work. He's got that 5 o'clock shadow. And you can very lightly even shade in a bit around the mouth and the neck to make it look like he's got a bit of color there from the hair. Give him some eyebrows. You're not going to see much hair, but we could draw a little bit. Maybe this dad works in the city. He wears a suit. So let's draw a V on the front of his body. Zoom in because we're going to do a little bit of detail here. Excuse me. So I'm going to keep the square of his body. And I'm going to draw a little triangle there, leave a bit of a gap, and then another triangle. That's his shirt collar. And then I'm going to start from one collar and draw a diagonal line. And then from the other one, draw a diagonal line. And that's his tie. So we need to draw in the collar of his shirt, of his suit, I should say. So we want to go draw a little triangle and then a smaller one. Triangle, smaller one. And we've got to be quick now. We're only a couple of minutes left. So we're going to come across to the arms and then come down a little bit. Give him his sleeve. Same on the other side. And down a little bit. Sleeve. What about those construction lines? And then, you know what? Let's just go straight down from the armpit all the way down to the feet. Make them really tiny, like that. Make the legs sort of triangle shape, but with the ends cut off. Back up. What about those construction lines? And then we need to put in his suit jacket. So you could just draw a line across, although a jacket usually comes down and across like that. If you give him tiny little shoes with the heel. So a little bump for the heel and then a little pointy bit for the foot. Draw a little edge bit on his sleeves for the sleeve of his shirt underneath the jacket. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers. There we go. Oh, right on 6 o'clock, we've finished our small dad. Okay, so how did everyone go with that? Because we are now out of time. Oh, yes, man, that's cool. Jacqueline, that's great. Seth, that's really good. Mucha, that's great too. Alex, let's see that small dad. Ah, there he is. That's great. Oh, Ryan, he's got a mustache. Seth, I like your tall dad too, Seth. Oh, he's got a planet, a Saturn sitting on there. Sophie, that's really good. Emma, that's great. Johnny Show, that's really good. Jonah, I like a little beard, that's great. Everyone did such good work today. Well done. Yeah, we are out of time. Peter?
Thank you, everyone. Yeah, everyone, good job. Can you take a photo and send it to us? Is that good? Tell your parents and send your work to us. Thank you so much. I'm gonna unmute everyone to say goodbye to Mr. Evan.
Audrey, I just
Bye.
Oh.
Bye.